All right, here we are. Week number five, simple stock market system. Let's see how we did this week. Before we get to that, if you don't mind, would you please like and subscribe to this video and to this channel? I'm trying to grow it, see what I can do, try to provide as much value as possible, and take a ride along with me to see how all this is actually going to play out. So we start out with the what I sold this week. And the first thing I sold, CVGI. So this is one of my top five that I had. I bought this back in October, held on to it till Monday and end up or Tuesday, sorry, and ended up selling it for 2303. And then the other one I sold is TDS. So I bought this twice on two different occasions. So one in November, one in December. End up selling it for $1.09. Again, positive sell. So I'm happy with that as well. On the buy-in, quite a bit because I had some money left over from last week. So it turns out I needed a gold share of gold or some kind of stock for gold. So I picked up 27 shares of GRO. On the same day, I bought two shares of this one for intermediate bond. Also needed some stock that was in materials, so I picked up two of GDP. And then at the end of the week, I had some money, so I picked up five of AXL for consumer discretionary, and then also one MT because I needed a commodity. So five buys this week, two sells. My top performers last week was HIMX at 96.33%. This week, it is up to 111%. Now the market was kind of, some were coming down, some were coming up. I had noticed on everything was going fine for the week. It was kind of treading along up, and then on Friday it kind of bottomed out for everybody. So if you notice on my dailies, on Friday are all negatives here. But it was a pretty decent week up until then. So on HIMX, I ended up picking up $6.49. DAC stayed in second place here with $1.34. Array went from fifth to third with a 13%. And it was mostly because SCHN ended up dropping $10.14. But the new kid on the block here in the top five is NWL, and I don't have a number increase for last week, so we'll see it next week. Hopefully, it'll stay in the top five. But our weekly performance. So I end up with a negative $12.95 because of basically Friday's performance. So I think I had dropped 25. So I picked up, basically $12 on the way up and then $12 or 25 on the way down. So that's how it ended up happening there. So negative 61.61%. So Olivia actually crushed it this week on hers. She picked up 9.77% or $16.07. So that was huge for her. It was basically one stock. We had picked it up for her at 72 cents a share, and now it's up to like $6 a share. And I think we bought her four or five shares of that. So that's why that particular one stock huge this week. So overall for her, she is now up $78 and 76% overall lifetime. So, pretty big deal for her for 180 bucks. So the thing about this though, see if my kids, and you may have the same thing, you may have like a savings account for your child, and this is kind of why I decided to get in the stock market for the kids, is because I figured it could earn a penny or two pennies or up to five pennies a month in a savings account, or I could just put it in here. And y'all, even if I didn't touch it, the dividends alone would be 20 cents here, 30 cents here. And so it actually be, even if I just put it in the stock market and didn't touch it, didn't trade it, didn't do anything, the dividends alone would probably be more than, what they were getting from a bank account anyway. All right, for Henry, Henry went up point 0.8 dollar, I'm sorry, 81 cents, 1.54% increase. So even good for him this week. So it looks like I'm the only one that had a bad week. But he's overall $12.25 or 30%. So overall, yeah. So for this week, I went from 37.17% down to 36.32. So down 0.85%, but it has clearly been climbing week after week after week. So to give a little back probably isn't that big a deal. But overall, big picture. So far, I put in $1,500. Last week I was at 40.56%. This week still at 1,500 in. I'm down a little bit, but it's 20 bucks, ish. So not that big a deal. So far I'm up to 81 trades total, 70 gains, 11 losses, 86.4% gain, and 82 days in a row without a loss. So even with the two trades that I had this week, so I'm still at 82 days in a row without a loss. So again, if you're interested in working on this system and trying to do what I'm doing here, there is a Udemy course that I had created, which is in the description, which is creating a simple stock market system that I have. And look, even if you're doing this for your own kids and you're not interested in making hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars, whatever, and doing this, even if you're taking the $50 for your kid and trying to see if you could play around with it, it's a great way to start, or even get your own kids doing this. That'd be awesome as well. So have a good week. See you next time.